How do we get engagement via choice, not a specific drill, but via my dog choosing to engage with me and wanting to engage with me? Like right now, he is not in a heel position. He is just choosing to be in a heel position because he wants to engage with me, because he thinks that he's going to get treats for showing what a good boy he is. You know, you could argue that it's free shaping, but this is engagement via his own choices. In this environment, he is totally allowed to go sniff this tree over here, but he is choosing to engage with me. How do we get this? Well, at first, you let your dog engage with the environment, and then you have the special secret code of the way that you're going to be getting rewarded is by being in this heel position. And that's going to get a very natural, if my dog's not doing anything else, they're going to be in heel position with me. And then if he gets to the end of the leash because he wasn't paying attention and I ditch him, he's going to notice that I'm ditching him and come back and stay at this hip, and I'm going to reward him for it. So he is paying attention to me, but he's allowed to pay attention to other things with the expectation that if I ask him to drop whatever he's paying attention to that's not me, that he will, because he is confident that it's always going to be positive to drop what he's doing and engage with me. He's smelling something right now. Off. Yeah, good boy, good boy. Passive heel engagement. The way that we get that is if our dog isn't very good at engaging with me, I'm not going to necessarily beg for his attention, because if I beg for his attention and then he's like, nah, I don't really want it right now, I'd rather engage with my environment. I need to be totally fine with that, because I need my dog to make the correct choices. I don't want to force them, because then if you're not doing that drill that's semantically working, then you got nothing. You know, I call him and he doesn't come because he doesn't want the treat. How do we get engagement in that scenario? You ditch your dog. So the dog that is less well-trained and doesn't have over 500 reps of this, he goes in front of me and doesn't notice, and I just let him on a 6-foot leash get to the end, and I just turn around and start walking the other direction, and the dog goes, oh, wait up, wait up. And then when the dog catches up to my heel, I give them a treat. They go, oh, you went over there. I was like, wait up, I don't want to be ditched. And then when I got to the special spot, I got my treat. And then they don't have to stay there. If they pass you, then cool. You're just going to, wait until they get to almost to the end of the leash. Right before they get to the end of the leash, you turn around, they feel the leash, they look back at you, you're walking the other direction. They're like, oh my God, wait for me, wait for me. You click and give them a treat, and they go, oh my God, every time I feel this leash, I go, where did you go? I chase you down, and you say, that was good, here's a treat. And that's how you get your dog to just choose to be walking at you on their side without forcing them to be in this heel position and need to correct them and punish them for not being here. You reward them for choosing to be here, and you accept that depending on how much time you put in with your dog, how motivated your dog is, that it's going to take, a month to 6 weeks for most people to get to this point. But in the grand scheme of things, that's not a very long time. If my dog is smelling something, I'm going to give him leash pops until he stops paying attention to that thing. And then the moment that he stops paying attention to that thing, I'm going to have a treat in this position, give him the treat. He's going to stop paying attention to something, come back into that heel position, get treats. That's engagement with me. That's what we're going to be doing when we're starting out in the real world, to have our dog choose to engage with us over the distracting senses that are in the real world. Inside the home, what we're going to be doing for engagement is active obedience, aka lure training. So we're going to do this fun game that my dog has a positive association with and is really confident because he's done it so many times, of focusing on me, focusing on the treats, staying in the positions that I tell him to be in. So we do this stuff when we're in that empty white room void area that dog trainers like to train their dogs in. And then when we get comfortable with what we talked about earlier and that, then we have the ability to turn on active obedience and then also have a really good, respectable passive obedience via our own dog's choice. It's his choice. He likes playing that lure game with me. He likes staying in heel and getting random treats. And he's confident that even though he may pay attention to other things sometimes, that if I ask him to leave that alone and only pay attention to me, then I'm only doing it out of love and out of a positive outcome. I'm never going to ask him to pay attention to me and stop paying attention to something else and then yell at him, make him feel bad about himself, make him feel stupid. If I do that, he's not going to want to engage with me. The engagement's going to go down. I can't play a little drill of calling him, giving him treats, or every time he looks at me, I say yes and give him a treat, and then get frustrated when he fails on a walk. That's going to be a negative association with engaging with me. He's not going to want to engage with me anymore because he's nervous that I'm going to get angry at him. That is what is important with engagement with your dog and how to overcome the sensory overload that is the world. It is not, my dog can only sniff when I say my dog can sniff. And I walk up to this tree and I say, okay, Samson, sniff the tree. That's not what's going to work. That's not practical. I don't want my dog scared to engage with the environment. I want my dog to be confident that if I ask him to stop engaging with the environment, then it's a trusting way that, hey, I'm asking you because I want what's best for you, and you have to trust that what is best for you is by leaving whatever thing you're interested in alone right now. And that takes about a month of consistent work to get to, but 1 month out of your dog's life is nothing. It's just a little bit of discipline, and when you have the dog handling skills to communicate with your dog, it doesn't matter where your dog's at, you will always be in the correct position because you have the skill set to control any dog.